Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Book Dates with Liz. Today we're going to go over all of the book series that I've started and haven't finished. There's quite a few, so buckle up. So I'm gonna start with the ones that I currently have with me. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is called The Stars Are Dying. This is, so far I've read the first and second book. The third one's coming out in December, I think. But we start with Estrella. She's like the long lost, not like princess, but I guess she's like a god, kind of like a savior to the city. But we have like beautiful sprayed edges and there's like art on the cover. I got this one at Walmart. One of my old roommates, we were in Walmart and I was like, pick a book, and she judged a book by its cover. Rightfully so, it's beautiful. But basically, Estrella starts out with she has no memory of her past. And she's in this abusive relationship with this man that she thinks is love, but really isn't, and she runs away. And Night shows up and she finds him familiar but doesn't understand why. But she's in his head. He'll talk to her and he'll show up, but he's not really there. Nobody else can see him. And so she runs away, and her and Night develop this weird relationship at first, but obviously it builds. It's a romantasy. It's really beautiful. The world building is great. Her character development is really good. She becomes this strong, independent woman instead of this victim. And it's amazing. I love their story. It's a little toxic, but it's really good. The spicy scenes are also really good in this. And I'm trying to remember where this book ends. Oh, so it ends with, I think he has a half-brother who's trying to kill Estrella for some reason. And so we end with it ends on a cliffhanger when the brother reveals that Night lied about something, and it's heartbreaking to Estrella. And their relationship is fated to end. Estrella and Night's love is not supposed to happen. They're from different worlds, so them coming together and falling in love, even though it's destiny, it's supposed to happen within their fate, I guess. It's their love is tearing the universe apart. It's killing the stars, hence the stars are dying. So it's forbidden love, because they're literally tearing the universe apart. So at the end of the book, they realize this, but they're we want to stay together either way. And there's this lie that has to be uncovered that Night did. So the second one takes off from that point. Literally, there is no break. They go back to, it starts with a flashback from Night from earlier. I don't know if it's before Estrella met, but literally chapter 2, it starts right where the first book left off. So it's very smooth transition. There's no 5 years later situation. It's literally immediately after. So the Night is Defying is, it's not just Estrella's POV anymore. The first book is, turns into a dual POV between Estrella's present, what's going on, and Night's past. I think there's also some of Night's present in here, but not as much, I don't think. But we're introduced to new characters. We go across the veil to where the gods and where Estrella is originally from. We go over there and meet them. And it turns out that Estrella has a destined mate of one of her own kind. Who she should fall in love with. And nothing would, the universe wouldn't die. And so she re-meets him, and then there's kind of this, I don't want to call it a love triangle, because she remembers that there's something wrong about this other guy. She doesn't trust him. And so she has to throughout these entire books, she's trying to regain all of her memories. She's gaining these memories back through physical actions that mimic the past. So she'll be they train for battle, her and Night, at some point, and she gets flashbacks from battles that she's been in her past life before she forgot everything. And then she's automatically has this muscle memory of how to swing a sword and fight, stuff like that, the physical action. She gets a flashback. So I really like that aspect of this. It helps regain her identity. It wasn't just oh, I'm this random person and this is my destiny, I'm the chosen one. It's like she was already this magnificent god, this high and mighty person in society, and then something happened that made her take her memories away, and now she's regaining that identity. So that was really cool. The first book has a bit of like a Hunger Games kind of trial kind of vibe, but it has its like own twist. And this one, we go just like into war. There's battle, people die, you know. And in fact, I'm not going to spoil. Really good, but there's like the sprayed edges are really cool and like they morph. And the second one also has like the fun interior and like that. And I think there's maps on the inside too. But so the third one is coming out December. There's a little pic of it here. I'm going to put it right there. It's red and it's going to continue after the war and after like the terrible like cliffhanger thing kind of happens. And I think that will be I think there's just those three. As far as I know, the red one that's coming out in December is going to be the last one. But both of these I got in like these beautiful special editions. I think they're special editions. I don't know. From Walmart. You can bet your ass I'm going to get the third one. This exact same like size, print, design. We're going to spend the money because I don't give a fuck. I'm going to have this whole set looking like this because they're beautiful and they need to be appreciated. So that's these. These are the Nightfall series following Estrella and Night. Really good. Go get them. Shout out to Chloe, our author. They're fantastic and I cannot wait for the third one. I'm invested. The second series I'm going to talk about is The House of Salt and Sorrows. This is the first one. A friend from New Mexico gave this to me and it was fantastic. It's inspired, it has like a little bit of the 12 Dancing Princess, like Barbie kind of vibe. There's this, our main character is Annalie and she's one of 12 sisters and like her sisters are progressively dying. Like her older sisters have died and this book starts at the funeral for one of those sisters. And then like we continue from there. So she's trying to figure out like why her sisters are dying and it gets this like, it's this own, and it's not like, it's kind of magic, I guess. But I don't know. It's really cool. This book followed Annalie and she fell in love and then like after she solved all these mysteries and like her sisters are still alive. But this was really good. And then the second one, I guess it's kind of interconnected. Again, another like romantic-y kind of vibe. This one, I arguably think, hear me out, that the second one, The House of Roots and Ruin, is better than The House of Salt and Sorrows. Maybe. This one is like, the sisters are a part of like their family, I don't know, I don't want to say crest. Maybe it is a crest. Anyway, their family like symbol is like the octopus and they live on this island next to the sea. And like their funeral processes is like returning your body to the brine, which is like the ocean. So like all of the funeral stuff like happens like underwater or whatever. So that's this one. In this one, we follow one of Annalie's sisters. I think one of the younger ones. We follow Verity. Verity was like 8 in this one, and this one she's 18. So it's like there's like years later situation. But this one follows her sister Verity, who in this book she could see ghosts. But like as she's growing up, like nobody tells her that as a child she saw ghosts. So now in this one, she is still seeing ghosts, but Ellie doesn't know how to process it. Anyway, she does paintings and she does portraits. And so she's hired to do a portrait by this family in like another island. So like let me see if there's a map in here. Okay, I was thinking there was a map in one of these books, but there's not. But anyway, so this kingdom, this world, each island is, I don't want to say governed, is like based on a different like natural piece. Like the island that they're from is based on the ocean, okay? The island that she goes to is based on like grass, plants, flowers. I think it's called Hontalali. It's like this beautiful cover. It says "Welcome to Hontalali" on the front. But anyway, she goes to this different island to paint a portrait of like the son of this lord. And he's disabled, he's in a wheelchair, but like they slowly start falling in love, but also weird things are happening. And this one is way more fucking twisted than this one is. I feel like this one is there's so much more going on. Don't sleep on this. This one's really good. I was obsessed with this, but I'm also obsessed with this one. But so we follow verity in her romance and these like weird things going on and all of like whatever in these gardens. And I think it's amazing. This was so the world. I want a map. I need a map. I feel like the author, I feel like Erin Craig, like on her Instagram, she made a map, but I don't remember. I can like envision it in my head, like I've seen the map, but I'm also probably being delusional. But these were so good. I don't know when the third one's coming out. I know that the third one is going to follow another sister. Her name is Lenore. I think she was the twin in this book, but I think the third book's going to follow her. I remember the author saying that on her page, but I don't know what the book is going to be called. I don't know which island it's going to be on. I know that there is, there's an island based on like sand. There's an island based on like all kinds of stuff. I don't know where she's going to go. I don't know what's going to happen with her. I just know the third book follows Lenore. But these are so good. Thank you, May. Shout out to May for making me read these because I'm obsessed. This is literally insane. This is so unique and like it's like her storytelling. This one literally blew my mind. This one was like a movie in my brain. But go read these before the third one comes out. I don't even have a day. I literally have no idea when the third one's coming, but y'all need to be prepared. So this is another really good one that's not finished. The third one is, y'all have heard about this one. I've chatted about this one lots, so I don't really feel like I need to go into this one again, but we have the Academy of Villains. This is another moment where these are being represented, okay? Academy of Villains, green one, very first one. We follow Kiara and Lucian, prince and assassin, essentially. Enemies to lovers. The very beginning of this, there's like a sorting ceremony that has like a Harry Potter inspiration kind of vibe, but it's like, it's its own thing. Like there's no sorting hat, there's no houses. It's more like let the magic speak for you and like let the element pick you for like what kind of mage you're meant to be. Okay, really cool vibe. Romance, great world building. This one does in fact have a map. This is the map of this one. And it has like character art. This series, I've already said this, is inspired by Greek myths. And so each like chapter, like Kiara is inspired by the goddess Nyx, and then Lucian is inspired, where's his chapter? This is dual POV, so this is both of them in it. And then Lucian is inspired by Erebus. I don't know. I like Greek mythology. I was really into it as a kid, but I'm not familiar with the myths like outside of this. So this is the first one, super good. And then this one, obviously, as I've said, these follow the Raven Society boys and the Star-Marked girls. So this one is between Bastion, who's a member of the Raven Society, and Lila, who's becomes one of the Star-Marked warrior girls. So these are so good. The third one is actually coming out in January now. I think last time I talked about these, it said it was coming out in October, but that's not true anymore. She pushed it back a little bit. The third one is purple. It's called Lessons in Trickery, and it's between another one of the boys, Dorian, and Bellatrix of the Witch. And it's supposed to be, I don't even remember the tropes, but I know that his family are like witch. I think his family or like one of the guys in the group are witch hunters, and she's a witch, and like there's not supposed to be witches in their Academy of Magic anyway. So it's like this really like, again, forbidden love like in the other one, but so good. Look at the thickness difference. This is insane. These are on Amazon. The third one you can pre-order on Amazon as well for Kindle, but not like the physical copies yet. I'm going to collect all of these. I think there's going to be at least 8 books is her plan. One for each of the guys in the society. I don't even think we've met all of the possible girls yet. I think there's another guy in the society. He's mute. He doesn't speak. But I think there's going to be a book between him and this other girl, Octavia. I think they're going to get together at some point too, and that's going to be their book, because they've been kind of flirty lately. But you're so good. Trust. Christmas is going to be crazy. We're going to have the third one from The Night is Defying. I don't remember what it's called. That one's coming out in December. Then this one's going to come out in January. We're ready to go. That's these. I think most of these are fantasy, which is crazy. But let's move on to the next one. The third one I have is, if you guys have been watching my page and stuff, like, you'll be aware that this is what's going on. For book club, we're reading The Hunger Games. We've already read The Hunger Games and Catching Fire, We haven't gotten to Mockingjay yet. That's our next one in book club. These are really good. This is a pretty popular series, so I don't feel like I have to summarize. I'm loving Katniss. I always forget that she's so young and that she's already gone through this at such like a young age, because that's literally crazy that she's going through all of this at the age of 16. Like, that's insane. But so I'm really excited for Mockingjay. Catching Fire ended on a cliffhanger with like her being like picked up from the games in this drone helicopter thing by the Resistance. And so I bought like these conditions I got from like a antique shop, and they were like still wrapped in the plastic in this box. So they're like perfect unread. My only complaint is like I read this one while laying outside tanning and it fell apart. So I'm debating whether I should either just buy a new one or if I should get like a book repair kit and glue these back together. If anyone knows what I should do with this, like, please tell me, because this makes me so sad. Like, I didn't even get to finish the book before this fell apart. But we're holding on to her until we can figure out what to do. So, but we have the original 3. We're gonna get to Mockingjay, but my aunt is also lending me the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and The Sunrise on the Reaping. So we have all of the original, all the 5, the whole series, and we're gonna like work through this for book club. So I'm really excited. I love that in Catching Fire we got a glimpse of Haymitch's Hunger Games. I love that they just gave us that little snippet and like that bit with that girl, Katniss's mom's best friend. She was in there and she died in that. I love that we got that clip in this, and honestly I'm scared for this. President Snow is scary, and I know there's a movie about this and I've seen clips of it, but I haven't got any like spoilers, so I really have no idea what's going on with this, besides that I think it's like he creates the first one because of the girl. I don't really know. And then I've heard that Katniss reminds him of that girl that was in here. So we're gonna read all 5 of those for book club. So that's another series. I guess I don't own them all because these 2 are my aunt's, but we have all of them available to us, and it's a completed series. I don't think she's gonna do any more. Another one that I have that is completed, we have The Beautiful Creatures. I read these in high school. I don't think I finished the series in high school, but I read these in high school and I fell in love. I also watched the movie and it was good, but not the same. So I think there's 5 books. There's this original series where we follow Lena and Ethan, and it's just beautiful. Lena is, I don't want to say like a witch, and I don't want to say a mage, but she works with magic, okay? Ethan cannot work with magic, but he's what they call like a wayward, I think. Anyway, he's like a guide, I suppose. But so this follows their relationship, the push and pulls. His mom is secretly involved in this somehow. I think Lena's uncle is not, they don't call him a vampire, they call him an incubus. And he's like a dream incubus, I think. So he doesn't like drink blood. He like thrives off of absorbing people's dreams. Anyway, so we go through their relationship and all of this, their family drama, and Lena like becoming a magical person. Because I think it's like on her 16th birthday, she has to pick either to be a dark magic person or a light magic person. Dark is usually bad. She has a cousin who's a dark one and very manipulative, like siren kind of vibe. And her uncle, even though he's an incubus and he like thrives off of sucking the whatever out of people, he's still like a light creature, I think. So this entire book is just like they're like Lena and Ethan developing their relationship and her like choosing that fate. I don't know where this one leaves off. I don't really want to read it because I have not read these in so many years that I don't want to spoil it. So I found both of these. I think I found this one at Goodwill for like 99 cents. And I found this one at Thrift Books because I got like a free book coupon or something. So I'm going to try to collect the series again, like as I go, and try to reread them all once I get through all my ATVR. But this is also a finished series. So there's 4 or 5 of the original series. And then I guess, so Ethan's best friend, Link, is short for Lincoln, starts a relationship with the siren cousin of Lena. And so there's a spin-off series of like 5 or 6 more books based off of their relationship. So I also need to read them. So we have this whole universe that we have to get into. So these are also on the list for my series that I haven't finished them yet. I started in high school. I haven't started recently. This is when I started in high school. But we need to finish these because it's so good. Next, we have a romance series. We have the Twisted series. I've read Twisted Love. It was good. It was okay. It was a little odd. The smut really wasn't for me. But it was still good. And I got the second one, I think, for my birthday, Twisted Games. This is like an interconnected series with like this friend group of 4 girls. The first one, we follow Ava. Yeah. Second one, we follow Bridget. She, at the end of this one, she like became queen, I guess. And so I think this is between her and her bodyguard. Then there's the third one that's Twisted Hate, which I think is between Ava's brother and Ava's best friend. And they've like always had this like hate relationship. And then the fourth one, I think is Twisted Lies. And it's with the 4th friend. And she's like this like Instagram influencer kind of vibe girl. So I'm hoping the smut is better in this one. The epilogue really killed the smut for this me because it was like a chase me down kind of tag, and like it was weird. It's a little weird. So I'm hoping it's better. So yeah, this is really good. Looking forward to it. I'm trying, it's taking everything in me, not to buy the other 2 until I get to a point where I can read this one and finish it, and then go buy the 3rd and 4th one and go from there. So these are good. Looking forward to owning and reading them all. Another one that I read in high school is called The Finish. This is also really good. We have like this town in the middle of the woods. I don't remember what it's called. Wormwood. And it's like surrounded by this wall of like wood. Okay. Duh. Wormwood. Anyway, our main character is Vega Jane. And she works in this factory. And she, like, when people die, it's called an event. And so her best friend is this guy. What's his name? Quentin, and he witnessed an event, so he has this like permanent stutter. But she's convinced that there's something outside of the walls, even though like they tell everybody we can't go outside the walls, there's all these dangerous creatures, there's something out there. And so she does everything she can, and like there's this magic aspect, and she ends up leaving the walls. And so I feel like I've read the second one, but I don't remember how many books there are. But I read this in high school and again was obsessed. And so I have to read it again. Obviously, that's what you do, right? So I think this is like a YA kind of thing. Like her and Quentin start like forming this relationship, and they're like kind of falling in love. There's a little bit of romance there, but it's not the basis. Like I don't think they ever kiss or anything. But this was so good. So that wasn't really a whole lot of information, but I have to read this again. So this is on my list. Again, like once I get to it and I'm done reading my TBR and I'm ready to reread, I'm going to reread this and then find the rest of them. I think there's at least 2 or 3 more, but I don't remember what the next one's called. But this was so good, you guys. Another really good one. So I have this one. It's called The Book That Wouldn't Burn. I got this one for Christmas. It's really good, but it's very deep. There's a lot of world building, there's a lot of history, there's a lot of lore. And this book really sets up for like an entire universe within this book. We flip between 2 POVs with 2 people in 2 different timelines. And there's this library that is the foundation for the town. Like everyone respects the library as a building. There's this entire community of people that run the library, and the head librarian is like the president of the freaking place. And so we have one girl who is in one timeline, and she's an apprentice in the library. And then we have this boy who's in a different timeline who lives in the library. I don't remember who's past and who's present, but then there's this secret area of the library where you jump into this black hole and you like go into this neutral zone that's outside of time, where there's full of black holes and you can jump into any hole and go into any timeline. And so somehow this girl in the one timeline and this boy in the other, they jump through the same hole and they meet each other. And that doesn't happen until like halfway through the book. It took forever to get to this fucking time when they would meet each other. And for the girl, this was like 8 years between when they met and between the first time they met and the second time they met. For the girl, it was like 8 years. For the boy, it was like maybe an hour. And it was crazy. And then at the end of the book, there's this riot with this like enemy blah 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 like race, and the library starts burning down. But the book that wouldn't burn is the girl's book that she writes in the future. And the boy, it's like the only book. Oh my god, it's so deep. I don't even know how to describe. I think the girl's in the past and the boy is so far in the future that like she's dead already. But I don't know. This was really crazy, and it leaves on a cliffhanger. And the next book is in Barnes & Noble, and I'm trying to debate if I want to read it, because this took so much brain power for me to get through. Like, it was insane. But it was really good, and it was really deep. And at the end, there was, like, so much. The meaning of the book was deep. You know, like, I can't say it because it's going to ruin it. Like, literally the entire premise of the book will be ruined if I explain it. But, yeah. I don't want to say it's forbidden love because, like, I don't know if they're in love or they're just, like, really deep connected friends across timelines. But this was also really good. I have to decide whether I'm going to read it or not. I think there's, again, 2 or 3 more in this series. One is in Barnes & Noble. So if I want to read it, I can just go there and get it. But very extensive world here. Okay, so it's the next day. I had something to do last night and my phone died, so couldn't continue. So we're finishing it today. Another series that I started in high school and I read multiple of them and was obsessed, but I don't think I ever finished it, was the Shadowhunter series. I think the main character's girl's name is Clara, but like she meets this guy Jace and she starts like falling in love with him. If you've read the book, you know there's this whole like scary, like, is this incest, are we siblings kind of vibe. But anyway, Shadowhunters are these people that they have like runes tattooed all over their body or whatever, and they like hunt like demons and monsters and stuff like that. So it's following like Clara as she like discovers that she's one of them and is like working to become one of them. I think it's related to her mom somehow. Her uncle's a werewolf. I don't know. There's this big universe. There's like 7 books or something in the original series. And then there's there's another one. I think that one's, the original series is called like Immortal Instruments or something. And then there's like a spin-off series, I think, which is like a prequel series. It's like Clockwork something, but they're really cool. I never like read any of like the spin-off Clockwork ones. I only read like the original like Shadowhunters ones, the Immortal Instruments. But it was a really cool vibe, and like me and my sister both read that series and like was obsessed. And then I think they came out with a show for it. And then we were so angry about how they cast Jace, because like in the books, Jace is like this muscular blonde. Like the runes are kind of like tattoo-y kind of vibe. Did I say bronze? Blonde. He's like this big, like angelic looking guy. Hint, hint. Anyway, he's supposed to look like so magnificent and like so hot. And then they like cast like the scraggly dude as him. And he looked low-key weird, so not a fan. We never watched the show because we could not get past the terrible casting of Jace. But anyway, that one was really good. I would like to read that one again from start to finish and read the Clockwork version, because it's been, I don't even know, at least 4 or 5 years since I've read any of them, and I'm missing a lot of information. So I really want to reread all of those, but because I don't think I ever finished like the original series, like the original set. So yeah. Oh, another series I read in high school, I think it was closer to like the beginning of high school, was the Unwanted series. We have this town, I think it's called Quell, and in this town, there is no, like, you can't do anything fun. Like, it's illegal to sing, dance, be artistic in any way, like, create anything. And if there's a child or someone that does something creative like this and gets caught, they get exiled out of town. So they're put on this bus and brought to the edge of town and like supposedly killed. But then you figure out that nobody actually gets killed. They're just transported into this other town that's like behind this like veil that you can't really see. And this other town is founded on this creativity. So everyone who gets exiled actually gets secretly brought into this other side of this island, where their creative ideas are encouraged. Like you're told to like embrace it, and then they can make like spells, and you can like make little enchantments to like use that creativity and form it into magic. And so we follow these two brothers. I don't remember, I think it's Alec and like Adam or something like that. Anyway, we follow these twin brothers. One of them like embraces, like gets caught for doing something creative and gets sent to this town, and the other one is like by the book, no creativity, and like stays in the original town. And they both become, you know, rulers of their respective areas, and like kind of become enemies, which I think is a cool twist. And most of the book is focused on like the creative brother or whatever, and then you discover that there's like more islands instead of just like this one. And so each book is like going to like a different island and like discovering it and learning about it. And there's like this little crew that develops that like are like the main characters on this island. And I don't remember what his name is, but one of the people in this crew is this giant bronze statue lion with wings. I don't know why, but that was like the coolest character possible. This is definitely like a YA kind of thing, like series, but that creature was so cool, and it was so protective of these kids. And that's like the first book, is like introducing you to this like dichotomy in these this idea of creativity, like whether it's accepted or denied. And then the second one is they go to, like, they're on this boat and they're like going to one of these islands, and I think it's called like the Island of Silence is what the book is called. But like they go there, and I think one of the island, the creative part of the town is called Artime. I don't know if that's how you spell it. I mean, say it. It's spelled Aretime. So I say Artime, whatever. But one of the girls from Artime was, I think, kidnapped somehow and held prisoner on this Island of Silence. And they put like this collar of thorns around your throat, and like the thorns stab into your throat and like your vocal cords, and you can't speak. So like half of this book, this girl is stuck in this dungeon with this collar of thorns, and she can't talk. I think there's somebody else that ends up being in the prison with her, and they like bond somehow. But anyway, it was such an intricate world, and the magic system was so interesting to me. And I loved that, like, the like leopard with the wings, the bronze statue kind of guy, so cool. I envisioned this entire series as like a movie in my head when I was reading it, and I was totally fascinated. And then after, I think it was like within this last year, I was like, oh my gosh, what was that series called? And I looked it up, and there's an entire spin-off series. So the original series is like 7 books. The spin-off series follows the younger sisters of the original twin brothers. So the original twin brothers, like the rulers of like the gray, no fun versus the fun city or whatever, they're twins. They have a set of younger sisters who are also twins, okay? So then the spin-off series follows the sister twins. I don't remember, I never read any of that. I just discovered that those are a thing, but I want to reread the original set of Unwanted books and then read the spin-off series. The spin-off series following the sisters is called Unwanted Quests, and so I want to read those as well. So I really want to collect all 14 of these books and read those because I miss it. That was so... These series that I'm talking about that I read in high school, I think were really what got me into like fantasy, because they were so amazing. It feels like a forgotten gem of my childhood that I want to get back. So really want to read these Unwanted books as well. So I also have some books on my TBR that are like the first book in a series, and I haven't gotten to them yet. These are in my TBR jar, so we're gonna get there, but they're the number 1 in the series. The first one we have is The Night and Its Moon. I saw this one at Walmart and was like, oh my gosh, that's so pretty. I kind of want it. So I got it. Somebody got it for my birthday. But let me read the back because I don't really remember. I remember it's like between 2 girls and they're like on opposing sides of this war, I think. Hold on, let me read. It says, Farley is just an orphanage. At least that's what the church would have the people believe. But beautiful orphans, Knox and Fay-touched amorous, no better. They are commodities for sale, available for purchase by the highest bidder. So when the madam of the notorious brothel in a far-off city offers a king's ransom to purchase Amaris, Nox ends up taking her place, while Amaris is drawn away to the mountains, home of mysterious assassins. Even as they take up new lives and identities, Nox and Amaris never forget one thing. They will stop at nothing to reunite. But the threat of war looms overhead, and the two are inevitably swept into a conflict between human and fae, magic, and mundane. With strange new alliances, untested powers, and a bond that neither time nor distance could possibly break, the fate of the realms lie in the hands of two orphans and the love they hold for each other. So this sounds really cool. Like, one of the girls, I think, like, the hands are supposed to, like, represent, like, the conflict or, like, the girls trying to come back together. But, so, like, one girl goes to, like, I guess, be a prostitute, and the other one goes to be an assassin, and they're on, like, opposing sides of this war, but they're, like, trying to still, like, keep their bond or whatever. It sounds really cool, and it's, like, another fantasy kind of thing, because, like, one of the girls is fae, Amaris. But I think it sounds really cool, and I love the cover, but I think there's, like, 3 of these, but it just sounds really interesting, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, and then, like, collecting the rest of it. So I also think the cover's really beautiful. Okay, the next is, everyone's heard of this one, Butcher and Blackbird. Essentially, like, this, I think this girl, these serial killers fall in love with each other. Let me read the back. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers Sloane and Rowan, they find something elusive, the friendship of two like-minded pitch-black souls who just happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. From small-town West Virginia to upscale California, and from downtown Boston to rural Texas, the two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. That sounds crazy. I think this is picking up, this is going to be like a romance mixed with like a thriller, like murder kind of vibe, and I think that'll be so fun, and it's going to make me giggle. I'm really hoping that this isn't going to be terrible, but this is the first. There's 2 other ones. The second one's, I think, like a teal color, and the third one's like a reddish orange, but I really want to read this and then get the other 2 because it sounds so fun. Like, that's such a unique take, I think. At least unique to me. I haven't read a book like that before, so it sounds really fun. We also have Anatomy, a Love Story. I think there's another one after this. It's called, like, Immortal, I think. I love how the girl's dress is like a heart. I love anatomy, and, like, with the school I'm doing now, like, I'm really into osteology because that's, like, my area. But it looks super beautiful, and, like, it would be a good time. Also, this cover, it's not anything crazy, but it looks really cute. I think, let me read this as well. Hazel Sinnott is a lady who wants to be a surgeon more than she wants to marry. Jack Cure is a resurrection man who's just trying to survive in a day where it's too easy to die. When the two of them have a chance encounter outside the Royal Edinburgh Autonomous Society, Hazel thinks nothing of it at first. But after she gets kicked out of renowned surgeon Dr. Beechman's lectures for being the wrong gender, she realizes that her acquaintance might be more helpful than she first thought. Because Hazel has made a deal with Dr. Beechman, if she can pass a medical examination on her own, he will allow her to continue her medical career. Without official lessons, though, Hazel will need more than just her books. She'll need corpses to study. Luckily, she's made the acquaintance of someone who digs them up for a living. But Jack has his own problems. Strange men have been skulking around cemeteries, his friends are disappearing off the streets, and the dreaded Roman fever, which wiped out thousands a few years ago, is back with a vengeance. Nobody important cares, until Hazel. Now, Hazel and Jack must work together to uncover the secrets buried not just in unmarked graves, but in the very heart of Edinburgh society. I think that sounds really cool. I think originally the cover, I definitely judge a book by its cover, and I think that's what caught my eye. I got this from Thrift Books. I get so many of these from Thrift Books. Thrift Books is so good. Not an ad, but I love Thrift Books, and will be shopping there till the day I die. But it just looked really cute, I think, and, like, the thought of, like, this girl in history who's, like, been said she can't do anything because she's a woman, and then this, like, gravedigger, essentially, is gonna come help her. That sounds so crazy. I think that's so cute, and kind of gothic, and right down my alley, so I'm really looking forward to reading this, too. We also have Bloodguard. This is so cool. I saw this at Walmart first, and then I ended up getting it at, like, a local bookstore when I was with my aunt. But okay, first of all, let's praise this edition. First of all, dust cover. Super cool. Sprayed edges. Let's take off the dust cover now, because this is cool as fuck. Look at this. It's got like the, what do they call that? I don't know. The film, the chrome, whatever. And then it has like art on the inside. It's like a gladiator kind of vibe. I'll read the blurb. Okay, so it says, everything in the kingdom of Arrow is a lie. Leith of Grey thought coming to this new land and volunteering to fight in the gladiator arena, vicious, bloodthirsty tournaments where only the strongest survive, would earn him enough gold to save his dying sister. He thought there was nothing left to lose. He was wrong, and they took everything. His hope, his freedom, his very humanity. All Leith has left is his battle-scarred body, fueled by rage and hardened from years of fighting for the right to live another day. Then Leith meets Maeve, an elven royal who is everything he despises, everything he should hate, until the alluring princess offers him the one thing he needs most, a chance to win the coveted title of Bloodguard and his freedom. But in a kingdom built on secrets and lies, hope doesn't come cheap, nor will his ultimate revenge. I thought this sounded so cool and like battle hungry, but also like fantasy vibe. Like, I have never, like the movie Gladiator, never seen it. I haven't seen any like fantasy books where it like takes on like that Roman gladiator kind of vibe, and it's kind of mixing like the past with fantasy instead of like just creating its own thing. It's like taking something that was real and like branching off of that, I guess. I think in like this picture, is that like a dragon? Like its head and like the horns or whatever? But on the back, it says, enter the arena, seize 2 weapons, now try to survive. So I don't know. I was originally thinking maybe it was like these people that go against each other, but I guess now it's like creatures based on like the picture in there. But I thought that looked, also judged a book by its cover, like check her out, she's hot as fuck. And, but like the storyline also sounded really cool. So I think this is going to be cool as fuck. So also excited for her. I did check, this is part of a series, it's book 1, but I don't think there's any of the other ones out. I think it was called like the Earth series, but Earth was spelled weird. It was like ERTH, there's no A. So I don't really know what's going to come next, but I'm excited for it. I'm here for it. I'm going to be watching, so yeah. So those are all of the books that I have or have read, all the series that I've started in my life. I also have some that I've like finished that I didn't include in this video. But those are the ones that like I have started before and have never finished at any point. So, or the ones that I just listed that I haven't started yet, but I own. So I'm hoping, I need to like write all these down because I want to make it a goal to like finish all of these. I feel really unsatisfied with like not finishing the Shadowhunters. Oh, I've also started Throne of Glass. Forgot to mention her. I've started Throne of Glass in like that series also while I was in high school, and I never finished those either. So I need to finish those. I need to finish the Shadowhunters. I need to finish Beautiful Creatures. I need to finish the Unwanteds. Like, there's so many that I've started and just like faded away from and just like forgot they existed, and it feels unsatisfying. Like, I don't know how anything ends. I don't remember very much about them. Red Rising! Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting so many. I also started reading Red Rising in high school, and I read I think the first 2 or 3, I don't remember, but I guess there's like 3 more that like keep going, and I got my brother to start reading those, so he has all 6 of those, so I also need to read those. But there's so many that I've started in high school and then just like progressively forgot about. So I would like to finish them all, but we'll see how life goes. That's a lot of books. I still own a lot of books, so we'll see. You know, if any of my family or friends need gift ideas, my birthday is in November, so any of those books for Christmas, for my birthday, for literally anything, if you ever need to give me a gift for whatever reason, books are always an acceptable answer, and any of those would be great additions to my collections. So those are the series that I've started, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll make another one. I know this one was kind of late, but I'll make another one soon about something else. So stay tuned. Bye.